Hello there, welcome back to 3DB and welcome to my May update for the Deck of Panning Project Pan collab. This was started by Emily and Max. I will have her intro video linked down below. There are quite a few rules to this project, so if you are interested in joining or interested in just the mechanics of the project itself, I would strongly recommend checking that out. So in this project, I'm working on 5 products at a time. I actually have 4 products to roll out this month, but let's start with the one that I am not going to be able to roll out this month. This is from Bath & Body Works. This is their Peace, Love, and Daisies body lotion. I pulled this in for the prompt and oldest product. This is my oldest lotion. I actually have no idea how old this is. I got this as a hand-me-down from my mom about 1.5 years ago, and I don't know how long she had had it prior to that. So when I rolled this into the project, I was right around here. I think it was ever so slightly below that gray line, but it was close enough. And now, today, I am at this pink line. Now my goal was to get to right between the words peace and love. So if I have a pretty similar amount of progress in the next month to what I had this month, I think I should be able to roll it out in next month's update, and I think that seems quite likely. I was kind of splitting my attention this month between this and then a body moisturizer in another project that I would also use in quite a similar way, like apply after my shower, and that is now gone. So I think that this will have my mostly undivided attention unless I pull in another body lotion in like 5 minutes here. I also pulled another oldest product prompt, maybe, well, it would have been 2 months ago, and for that I chose to bring in my oldest lipstick. I was thinking back, and I think this is the only lipstick that I have left that I had when I started my channel. I could be wrong on that, but I'm like 80% sure that that is the case. This is from Revlon. It's one of their super lustrous lipsticks, and this is in the shade Kiss Me Coral. It is in orange. It looks a little bit more coral in the tube than I find that it pulls on me personally, but you know, corally shades tend to do that on me because I do have such cool sort of red pink undertones. Now my goal with this was to use it 10 times. At the previous update, I think I was sitting at 7 or 8 uses, and I used it that additional 2 or 3 times that I needed to, and now I can roll it out. This is a pretty lipstick. It's one that I see myself using more frequently than I generally would during summer, but I still don't think this is going to be something that I'm reaching for like multiple times a week. It's pretty, it's fun, it's just not something I really want to wear every day. Next up, let's go with this LA Colors Mermaid Magic. It is one of their iridescent nail polishes. I have mine in the shade Mermaid, I believe. Yes. My goal with this product was to use it 5 times. I was counting a manicure as a use and a pedicure as a use. I don't think I ever used it on both my fingers and my toes at the same time, but if I had, that would have counted as 2 uses. I am a little bit thrown off by this polish. I mean, it is pretty, but in the bottle it looks like it's going to have, you know, a moderate blue to green shift. And I really don't see that much at all on my nails. I mean, if I really look for it, I can see it. But on my nails, it turns a little bit more green than I thought it looked in the bottle. I wore these 2 together. This on, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 of the nails on each hand, and then this as an accent nail on 1 or 2 of the nails. Is it really still an accent nail if you're doing 3 and 2? I'm not sure. But I thought that this would pop more than it did against this lighter green. And I mean, there was a little bit of contrast there, but there wasn't really enough. And that was a little bit of a downer. The way that I found that I liked this most was I thought it looked nice on my toes. This has sort of a metallic finish, and if I can look at it up really, really close the way that I can on my fingers, I do see a little bit of streakiness. Not a ton. I mean, not more, actually probably less than I would expect from a nail polish that I think cost me like $1.98 at Walmart. But on my toes, I just get the shine, and I think it's really pretty. On my fingers, I found that I really liked to top this with another layer of like an iridescent top coat. I was specifically using Moonstone from Sally Hansen, which is clear with like a little bit of sort of a blue-purple iridescence. I thought that really minimized that streakiness, made it a little less obvious. It also really amped up the shine on this, which I definitely appreciated. So I'm really glad that I used that 5 times. I had not used it prior to rolling it into this project. It wasn't something I'd owned like for ages and not used. I think I'd owned it for maybe a month, but hadn't used it yet. And now I've used it. I know how I like to wear it, and like the Revlon lipstick, it's something that I can see myself using quite a bit throughout the summer. This is really a pretty fun mermaidish color. 2 more products to talk about. First up, we have this Too Faced Hot Cocoa bronzer. This is the one that has the little anthropomorphic hot cocoa cup on it. He is adorable. He doesn't really look that different from when I rolled this in. There was a little bit of an overspray over the eyes and the smile, I think, as well as the rim of the glass, or the rim of the mug, but that's worn away. Otherwise, I mean, I've only used it 16 times. My goal was to use it 15, and I used it the 16th time this morning. I have it all over my neck and my chest. I'm really light this season, so I just did a little bit of a dusting of it. I don't think it made a huge impact, but it helped. It helped a little bit. I really like this, and it smells great. And if I didn't say it earlier, this was for the prompt a powder. I mean, I assume that you were intended to pull in like a face powder, but I decided to pull in a powder bronzer. And then for the last item we have to talk about, this is from Bath & Body Works. I pulled it in for the prompt a newest product. I'd actually filmed the haul video where I included this immediately before I started filming my last update. And this is a lip oil from Bath & Body Works. I have mine in the shade, well, I guess I had mine in the shade Ballet Pink. And my goal was only to use up until about here. My goal is just to use up about 1/4 of the product, maybe 1/3, somewhere in there. It's not an exact science, and it's gone. I mean, can you see? It's gone. I'm actually kind of disappointed at how quickly this went, because this is not, you know, something that I finished this morning even. I've had this done for at least a week. And regular price, these are like $12 or $13. That's ridiculous. I used this up in the space of like 3.5 weeks. No, absolutely not. I got this for $2.95 though, and I think at that price I would consider another one. I had this sitting on my nightstand, and sometimes I would move it to my desk while I was working during the day and just reapply it whenever I wanted moisture. This was basically sheer. It had the slightest little pink tint to it, but it was effectively just a clear lip gloss. And I must have been applying it a lot of times a day because it just went so quickly. But it is gone. It is rolled out of this project, and it's not like I have any shortage of lip products or lip balms or lip glosses, so it was nice, but it won't be missed all that much. Also, I have another shade that I haven't opened yet, but yeah. Okay, anyway, let's get to the part where we draw our card. cards. So the first thing I always do is, because I do not have a joker in any of my decks of cards because they've just been thrown away over the years, I tend to play cribbage, and I think that the decks that my grandfather gave me were used for blackjack or poker in the casinos, so they also wouldn't have had jokers in them to begin with, I'm sure. So that was a really long way of introducing. The first thing I always do is randomize from 1 to 53, and in this case I will be randomizing 4 draws. If I get a 53, I will consider that a joker. So let's do it. 30, 44, 24, and 52. It wasn't 53, 52. So we're safe as far as the jokers are concerned. I have my deck of cards here. I have shuffled them previously, but let's just give them one more for luck and we'll see what we get. All right, so I'm gonna cut it right here. I have the Ace of Hearts, the Queen of Clubs, had to think about that, the 9 of Hearts, and the 6 of Hearts. But let's figure out what those prompts are. I have this pulled up on my phone already. Oops, come on, there we are. Okay, so first up, a black queen is represent another project pan. Okay, I'll figure that out. I'm not huge into the super themed projects, so I'm not terribly familiar with them, but I will look some up and see what fits. I'm thinking This Is Fantasy might be one that I want to bring in. Anyway, not that important. That's not what we're working on right now. The 6 of Hearts is matches shirt, and I'm wearing this floral dress today. This floral dress is actually the whole reason that I'm filming today. This is being filmed a few days early. I wasn't planning on filming today, but I got this new dress and I like it a lot. And I'm not actually seeing anyone in person today, so I decided I needed to show it off to someone. So I went to the internet for validation because, you know, that's a healthy thing to do. Anyway, matches shirt. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I will figure it out. The 9 of Hearts is an out of control category. The question is that lip products? Is that nail products? Or is that blush? Potentially all of the above. And then the Ace of Hearts is pick your space. Okay. That's fun. So I'll figure that one out too. We'll be back in just a minute to talk through my picks. Okay, I have returned and I am really excited with my picks for the month. So let's start with an out of control category, and this is lip products. For this, I've decided to work on Peach Sorbet from Sephora. This is one of their melting lip clicks. And I really want to finish this, but I think I'm going to set the goal of if I use this 20 times and it's not finished, that it can also be rolled out. This is one of those click-up pens similar to the Tarte Juicy Lips or Maracuja Juicy Lips, or I think Marc Jacobs used to have a relatively similar style of packaging. So there's no way to measure how far along I am in this product, is what I'm trying to say. Here is the color. It is a peach shade. This is the most built up that it can get. I usually tend to wear it a little bit more sheer because I will just apply it to, say, my bottom lip, press my lips together, and that'll be enough. Yeah, so 20 uses or finish, whichever one comes first. For a brand new product, which is the space that I decided to choose for the Choose Your Space prompt, I decided to go with this Beauty Bakery Sour You Doin'. I actually think this might be the only untouched product in my collection, except for like backup mascaras, but that seems kind of silly. And here is what this palette looks like. It is very bright, very summery. These metallics, which are Refresher and Icy, are super metallic. They are beautiful. I think it'll be really fun to play with those. And I mean, I think Sweet will be nice to use. This lemon shade called Tart. Anyway, I think it'll be fun to use this palette, and my goal with this palette is going to be to use it 10 times, but within those 10 uses, I want to use each of these shades at least once. Just look at how cute it is, though. I think it's just adorable. The next prompt we had is match his shirt, or in this case, my dress. And I'm actually really pleased with what I came up with for this one, because I have this navy with red and yellow and pink flowers, as well as some sort of dusty blue. I decided to pull in this little sheet of nail stickers. It has quite similar colors, also a floral design, so I thought that this would be perfect. And my goal with this is going to be to use up the sheet. I think that I will count it as used up if I'm ready to toss it. So if there's, you know, one nail sticker left or two, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'll just call it done. But what, there's roughly 20 stickers on here. So that'll be enough for a few manicures. And the final prompt that I had was to represent another project pan. And I decided on, this is Fantasy, and specifically the werewolf prompt, which is a celestial themed product. I have a surprising number of celestial themed products, but the two that I chose to work on are both from Sally Hansen. These are both Insta-Dry glitters, and I have these shades, Shooting Star, which is this rose gold glitter, and Twinkle Twinkle, which is a, I don't know if these are holographic or just iridescent hex glitters. In either case, my goal with these two products is to combine to get them to 10 uses. So if that's 5 and 5, great. If it's 10 and 0, not great. I should at least have one on each, but it would still technically fit my goal. So I will be working on those. And then with the lotion, which I don't think should be too bad, we have what I'll be working on for the month. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely check out some other creators' deck of panning project pans. I was just a viewer last year, and it looked like so much fun that I had to join in this year. Thanks again. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I hope that I will see you all in the next one. Bye!